Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Westchester estate sale. This lovely lady had amazing taste, amazing thing. The word got out. I was not first person in line, even though I woke up early. This estate sale has gone viral on at least on Instagram. And the word is out. This was round 2. I had been here previously about 2 weeks ago. This is the kitchen. I was looking to see if anything was new or if there was anything I had missed. The kitchen was open in the first round. Now, those candlesticks I will take a look at. I meant to the first time I was here, but unfortunately they just ended up being made in China, so a more modern made in China. If they were older, I may have grabbed those. I thought they were cool. I avoid shipping the big ceramic items like that if I can help it. So there might have been some value in those big items. I'm not sure. Now round 2, they opened up all the jewelry, all the clothes. I don't sell clothes. I really dislike listing clothes. It's just too much for me. I'm modeling it. So I didn't bother. How much is that? This lady was helping with the estate sale. She works for the estate sale. She was pricing jewelry before people got in line so that it was quicker when they were in the actual line to pay. So I was watching.
Is this your stuff?
Yeah.
That lady was picking out some fun items.
I might put it back.
Oh, okay.
And
Thanks.
How much?
I actually was able to grab that aqua teal necklace. She put that back. So lucky for me.
Excuse me.
But there's a lot of maneuvering here at this estate sale. There were so many people. I'm going to say when I was there was at least 200 people. I could have been more. There was like 40 people ahead of me in line, and I got in after about 20 minutes. And the line just was still wrapping around the block. So this one truly went viral. And I'm kind of having that problem right now. 2 or 3 of the estate sale companies I follow seem to have gone viral recently, especially on Instagram. The one sale I did attend, they called the police, the neighborhood, because there were so many people showed up at the front of the house. So I'm having a problem with that. But this Ojon spray I do end up comping that. There were so many used items in this bathroom, or I really would have dug in. And plus I was getting pretty overwhelmed with the amount of people, and I was getting pretty hot. I do really well with discontinued products though. This is me. This lady wanted to come in, but my bag fell everywhere. So maybe that's a tip to get people to leave you alone. Dump your stuff everywhere. But yeah, I end up taking a comp of that spray, and I believe they were selling for $60 each used. You know, they're discontinued. That was a full can. The cap was missing, but the can was pretty full. And I knew there was more over in the corner, so I probably should have taken a lot more time to comp some items in here. They were dirty, and some of them were used, so it kind of just felt like I couldn't get in there. And I shouldn't have let that deter me. I have, beauty products in the bathrooms get dirty. I'm able to clean them and disinfect them before I send them out, before I list even. Because there's a lot of money in discontinued. And a lot of estate sales do discount it. They'll mark up the perfume for sure, but they won't necessarily mark up the skincare and the serums. And that's where I make a lot of money. Also discontinued makeup that hasn't been used. So those were hair regrowth serums that ended up, I think they were like an Amazon brand. So they weren't going for much. Then I turned around and saw this whole tub of beauty. Most of it was used, unfortunately, but there were some good brands in there. There was like Laura Geller. If that stuff was new, I would have definitely grabbed it. They usually sell really well. Things like Laura Geller, Bare Minerals, Tarte, I'll find. But yeah, this is me. That was a set of eyelashes. That was actually CBD oil, and I don't know what the verdict is on eBay if you can sell that. But there's the e.l.f., and since it was brand new with a barcode, I scanned it, because even drugstore items can really go for some money. These 2 packs of them were consistently selling for $19.99 plus shipping, so I was able to grab 3. So I'll see what I priced that at, maybe $29.99 for 3. I'll have to look at it. Did grab those.
Sorry.
But yeah, you can just see how many people were trying to get into every room. And I ended up, actually, my intention was to record a lot of this estate sale, and I ended up just not, because I was overwhelmed and I wanted to be able to get some good things too. But yeah, see, that may have been a really good foundation to pick up if it's discontinued, but it looked kind of used.
Sure. My goodness.
So I was able to come back over here and get the rest of the sprays. This one was full, but the last one was basically empty, so I probably should have looked in that section better. They were just so dusty. So I spend a couple more minutes. Nothing caught my eye. I've sold that cream in the past, so I knew what it was worth. These all just seemed used and beat up a bit. So yeah, then I went into this room, and at this point I was still so overwhelmed. I didn't end up going into that back room. I almost forgot all about it. I did grab this Guilt Saint. I do well with those. You can see out the window, you could see the people waiting in line just to come in. These were some acrylic grapes and a broken ornament. I don't know what that was. So this is me in the basement. I did end up finding that tray and liking it, so I did buy that one. I probably should have grabbed some of those other trays right there. But again, a lot of it wasn't priced, so I was trying to keep an eye out for that. Now this melamine tray was $1. I do really well with melamine trays, especially with artwork. Most of them are made in Italy. Once I found a whole set of Art Deco women, and it was the 12 months of the year. So I had one for every month, and that size sold for $24.99 for each of those little melamine trays. So I always pick them up. That was a cute little wooden seashell, and I actually was able to get my dad to polish it, and it looks really nice polished. So that was a good little pickup. I went through the stationery more extensively in the first sale, so I wasn't trying to get back there where that guy was. And I did notice some picture frames that I wanted to look at. Picture frames can be really good resellers. People like a nice, good picture frame to decorate with. I do comp this deck of tarot cards. Tarot cards can do really well. I've had packs sell for like $70 for me before. This one was only going for $12.99, so I left it alone. But some people are scared to sell that stuff. I don't have a problem with it. It's, you know. This is a really nice gilt picture frame. And I'm checking to make sure there's no chips or cracks, and there wasn't. It was just really nice. And so was this enamel dragonfly frame. I thought that was pretty. Now this had a big crack up at the top and the bottom, or else I would have probably grabbed it. I like that look. So there ended up being another table of beauty down in the basement, and this one was a little less crowded, so I ended up running some comps. So stay tuned for the haul at the end of this video, where I tell you exactly what I picked up and why. Some of these brands weren't worth it, but some were. And you could probably make a living just reselling discontinued beauty items, that the profit can be that good if you know what you're looking for. Or you just look everything up. I look most beauty products up. Usually there's a nice barcode. That makes it a lot easier. But if there's not, I sit there and type it in. Those little creams are selling for $70, and there were none listed and one sold. So that's a great sell-through rate. I get excited when the beauty products aren't even listed. That could mean that it's rare and that people will snatch it right up, and that's what it looks like here. So I was able to grab 2 of them, and they sell, I think it was $67.99. I did end up grabbing those as well. These looked like they were Beverly Hills MD, some kind of lift and firm cream. They looked like they sold for $16.99 each. But since there was 3, I thought that's not too bad of a deal. Easy listing. But yeah, it only takes a couple seconds. Hey everyone, I'm here back again with a haul. I went to round 2 of the Westchester estate sale with the elegant lady, I'll call her, and she had amazing taste, and I'll show you what I picked up. I guess we're gonna start with the large carpet bag. I think this thing is amazing. It's legit carpet. I believe it's handmade, hand woven. Well, I guess not hand woven, I'm sorry, but like handmade from all sorts of these carpet fabrics. Now, we did have a bit of a mishap happen on the way home. I picked up 2 of these hair treatments. It looks like these sell for $60 each on eBay, but apparently I picked up this can now and it's empty, and it literally sprayed all over this bag. Now I'm thinking it's not a colored spray. I thought maybe it was brunette, but it is not. But this carpet bag right now is kind of soaked, and it has an alcohol smell, but it doesn't seem to have left any stains, and it's drying very fast. So I'm gonna have to leave this bag out for a bit, maybe do something else to it. I'm happy it didn't stain or have any color to it. It's already dry. It was soaked. It's already drying. So I think I'm gonna have to leave it here in my locker for a bit. I don't know if I should leave it in the sun. If a can of hairspray is that flammable, I don't know. But we had a bit of a mishap, and that stuff like that always happens at estate sales. You got to be aware anything could happen at any time. But this carpet bag, I feel like, is substantial. I feel like it's an old hippie carpet bag. Yeah, and now it's strong. It smells strongly of alcohol. So, but yeah, I paid $50 for that. I'm thinking that's like a $200 bag, just because you don't see the construction of that like often. You don't see a bag that size often. The look of it, it looks very boho hippie. Just really cool. And I think eventually we'll get it smelling okay. But yeah, I picked both of these up. I'm thinking I probably paid $10 each, and now this one's wasted. But it does go for $60. I looked it up on eBay, which is why I grabbed both of them. Now, my tip for estate sales, especially if there was a woman at the house, there's usually a stash of skincare that I think they buy, you know, QVC, different online brands that they see, different made for TV beauty brands, but they start buying into these beauty brands is what I notice is when an older lady passes. And I do pretty well with the beauty that they pick up. So I believe these were going for about $30 each online. I've never heard of Cella Beauty. I imagine it's like she ordered it from somewhere made in the USA. So $30 each. We had these Beverly Hills MD. This box was clean when I picked it up, so I guess that's part of the residue from that spray. But these are Beverly Hills MD Lift and Firm Booster. These looked like they were selling for $16.99 each, so I did go ahead and grab them. I might have to take this out of the box, or maybe somebody won't care. I'm not sure. Then these ones I think were really good. Telelift anti-aging serum. I should still have them in my phone, but I do believe they were 60 plus when I looked them up, so they went right in the bag. Let's see. Yeah, I looked up Telelift, and there was none listed, which is always good in my opinion. And then you go to sold, and yeah, $67.99, and then one sold for $30. So obviously I'm gonna aim for the $67.99. But so I picked up two of those. Again, probably like a TV type brand that people that the older ladies might buy into. I don't know, but I do find them when there's an older lady that passes. And don't discount drugstore. If it's discontinued, it can still sell. So I looked this up. A 2-pack consistently was selling for $19.99, and I have a 3-pack, so I'll see what I price it at. But yeah, even drugstore products, if they're discontinued and somebody enjoyed them, and a lot of people enjoyed them, they'll pay for it. So they're probably paying for it a lot more now than it was in the drugstore back then. This I didn't look up at all, to be honest with you. She charged me $20 for it. It just looked like such a cool bottle. Lolita Lemonica. So, and it was mostly full. For eBay, you're not supposed to sell perfumes that are not full. You know, it's a perfume. You're never going to know. And sometimes they come looking that way. Even if they're brand new, they look like they've been used, in my opinion. So if I do pick up perfumes, I try to make them look particularly new, I guess. I didn't look this up, so I'm going to look it up now. Lolita Lempica. Alright, you're seeing some comps. I'll have to figure this out. Oh, half full, $18. Mine's more than half full, so I will have to look up. There it is, $52.99. $52.99. So let's see what the solds were. I just thought the bottle was so cool. Okay, $50. That might be what we're looking at here. A mini was $17. So yeah, the minis are $17. Okay, so that might be decent. Never heard of it. Give it a clean. What else? We have this. I just thought this was cool. It's a little fork. It's got the Foo Dogs on it, and it said it was made in Korea, and it has 2 Korean symbols, and then it says arts. So I'll figure out what brand this might be. I like selling smalls. I saw this in the preview, and I grabbed it. I'm not sure. I think Fragonard would be expensive. I'm pretty sure I've seen it myself online, but it looks like it's a whole little set here. So, and they're all basically new. Looks like, maybe not this guy on the end, but we'll go with that. That looks cool. This little tray, melamine, was $1. I do really well with the melamine trays, especially that have art prints like this, medieval. Believe it or not, depending if you look it up, this might be $20. It might be 15. So for $1. Then we went with this. I was going to say it's a Florentine tray, but kind of similar vibes, except this looks more like a Dutch countryside to me or something. Not necessarily Italian, but maybe it is. Sometimes they're marked made in Italy if it is a Florentine tray. Oh, this one's made in Japan. So yeah, I'm going to say it's more like Dutch or something like that. But it was 20. There's some dings, but I can usually sell these even if there are some dings on it. So I just liked the scene. I can probably clean it up a little bit. So there's that. Again, with the Florentine and the gilt, I sell things like this all the time. I last just sold a Christmas ornament for smaller than this for $21, a single one. So, oh, Assisi. So is that Francis of Assisi? I thought that was a female. But anything gilt like this, Italian looking, will sell quickly. I'm thinking $24.99, something like that. Maybe more, depending if that's a good saint. Now this, made in the Philippines, I believe it's, no, made in Thailand, but it's mimicking that Florentine gilt look, and I just thought that was pretty intricate for what it was. I'll probably take the sticker off. Made in Thailand. And nobody will be the wiser, but I thought that was very intricate and well done for a picture frame. So that's a nice one. I don't know, I'm thinking $45, $50 for that, if I can sell this guy for 24. But this might need a little polish or something, clean this up a little bit, but it's a little seashell trinket box. I thought that was really sweet, and I can, you know, try and polish that up a bit, see what happens. I love picking up these kind of frames. They always do well. The enamel or rhinestone. I was checking out with this, and a girl actually tried to get it, and like the lady was literally checking me out with it, and she wanted it. So people like dragonflies, people like butterflies, and these frames do really well for me, actually. So that could be like a $30 frame, depending. Now, the main reason I went back is they said they were opening up the jewelry. And boy, they had a huge table of jewelry. And I really struggled getting into the jewelry. There were so many people fighting over that table, and it was just hands everywhere. However, a lot of the people were concerned about what the prices would be. They didn't seem like your average estate sale shopper. A lot of people I heard say, I've never been to an estate sale before. This is the type of sale that just went viral and grabbed a lot of attention. So there was a lot of, I would say a lot of people younger than me there, hipster vibes, looking to buy one or two pieces of jewelry where I was ready to buy a lot. So eventually they put a lot back, and where you can get started. This is a beautiful, these are real pearls. I guess that's freshwater pearls when they're shaped like that, but these are so chunky, I thought they were worth reselling. These are gorgeous, iridescent. So I really liked those. Now this, I don't know if you would call that discoloration, but it's a really cool lucite plastic. I've never seen anything like this bangle, so I'll see what it does. I mean, I guess it kind of looks like it's supposed to be that dark color. I don't know where else it would have came from. It's not like the glue seeping out, so hopefully that is the look. Then we also have this cool lucite bangle, asymmetrical, so I guess it was hand done, and it has that nice fleck in the light. We'll have to shoot that in some different lights when I go to list it, but really cool lucite resin type. Now this she charged me more, but these are all glass stones, and it looks like, I don't want to say handwork, but it definitely doesn't look mass produced potentially with all of these. So I'll find out if this is signed or if looks like anybody's work, but still cool. Pretty green color. Peridot. Now these bangles are both marked, so I'll have to figure out what that, they might be Brighton, but they might not. It either says B or JB. These bangles types usually do well. The enameling. Yeah. I can't tell if that's the Brighton B or not, but definitely signed, definitely sellable. Nice little copper and brass cuff. It's not marked. Might be more brass than copper, but they had a lot of real stone. Here you can see this is real polished stone of some sort, and a couple of my necklaces have this detail here, and some of the rings I got, so I'm guessing they're all the same brand, and I'm pretty sure there is a mark on here. I'm gonna have to look better at that. Oh, it's 12 karat gold filled, which is good. So I don't know, maybe I'll Google Lens and be able to find the brand from this accent piece. I'm not sure, but I have this necklace. Then I have, okay, this didn't go with it. This is good tiger's eye bracelet. You can see all the details. So like, this isn't like your standard made in China, like they're selling them on Temu with the tiger's eye. This is like a legit, probably artisan necklace. It's very heavy. And then, I guess tiger's eye, yeah, tiger's eye, chunky bracelet. I wouldn't say they go exactly together, but so I'll probably sell them separately. Oh, this pin was cool, I guess. It's a Kirk's Folly pin, and it's got that look. Now it's bent a little bit. I'll have to flatten it out a bit, but it's Kirk's Folly, but I'm usually aware that the Kirk's Folly has a lot of like colorful pieces, so this one tone piece, I'm not sure, but I usually pick up Kirk's Folly. Now this is like beautiful glass, foiled glass. I'm not sure if, we'll see what it says. I don't know. I wouldn't say Murano, but definitely handmade, beautiful foiled glass, dichroic glass. I love this necklace actually. Beautiful. She had some beautiful things. This is also a stone necklace. Maybe it might not be stone. Still beautiful. The lady was trying to tell me this is sterling. I don't think that's sterling at all, but it's still like a heavy, substantial necklace. Still pretty green. Okay, here's another one of the necklaces with that little piece. So I'm gonna see if I can Google Lens that, and I'm not sure what these stones are. They're really cool. Beautiful. She had wonderful jewelry. I don't usually see this kind of big, thick stone jewelry at estate sales. Not often, anyway. Next, I loved this. There was another one that was like a peach tone that I wish I could have grabbed, but somebody grabbed it. That has the sun, carved glass with the, I guess, AB, but I just love this color shift. And imagine a very beautiful peachy pink, same one of these. Now this I thought was fabulous, this color necklace. Again, glass beads, really cool. Different tones here, tones of orange and white, and oh, that's gorgeous. These are pearls of some sort, and then I guess they have this overlay on top of them. not really sure. Now this was marked, I'm not sure if it's going to be sterling or anything, but it's marked KHAI. Now I'm unfamiliar with that. I don't know if that's initials or who that stands for, but nice set of pearls with a twist, I guess. The lady was trying to tell me this is a lapis. This is plastic. But still just a cool look. Definitely acrylic. She wanted to try and charge me like 20 bucks for it. I'm like, that's plastic. I think I got it for $5. I believe I got this for $5 too. This is a Chico's. But Chico's still sells well. Peacock colors. Nice necklace. Now I have a couple of these pieces that I'm not even, I wouldn't even say they're jewelry, but there's some kind of finding for something. So just beautiful. So I pick up things like this often. I like selling things like that. This, I'm not even sure what this is. It's marked J Strongwater, which I know is a good brand, expensive thing, but I'm not even sure what this is. This like a scarf clip? I'll have to figure that out. But I know that brand does well. This is just a small tiger's eye again. I don't always pick up tiger's eye, but when it is like, you can tell it's more quality than the standard tiger's eye, I'll pick it up. Trying to see if there's a mark there. Maybe not, but it's just pretty. Then we had this glass crystal piece. Just gorgeous. That's going to photograph really well in the light. Oh, these pearls are something different too. I don't pick up a ton of pearls usually either, but these are like yellow dyed, and then these glass faceted beads and the freshwater pearls. And I've never seen this class before. It seems, I don't want to say unsafe, but it's definitely simpler. But it's gorgeous. Clean that up. Then I have these chunky designer looking, yeah, St. John earrings. So I've never found St. John jewelry before, so that's cool. I knew it was signed, I didn't know what. We have, this is just a cute shell butterfly. Butterflies always sell. Then this, I wouldn't say this is expensive, but it's definitely a cool look. Something, and I do well with pins, rhinestone pins too. So this is also signed. It might just be, oh, it's KJL, Kenneth J. Lane for Avon, so I'll have to look up if this does any better than the regular Avon. But crowns tend to sell. Oh, this was cool. I don't usually also pick up shell jewelry, but this was like intentionally carved, and I've never seen anything like this, so we'll see how much that goes for. Really cool. Mother of pearl, I would say. I don't know if this is still considered mother of pearl or just abalone, so I'll figure out when I'm listing, but that one's neat. Oh, got a tangle. So you can see this is a very long crystal necklace. It's marked China, but I feel like these are Swarovski crystals. I feel like that's that brand, this one brand that does chains like this. I've seen the bracelets too. So I see it says China, but I feel like I'll be able to figure out what brand this is. And then this is sterling, so I don't know if that's glass or what these stones are. But after some digging, I had to look. But this was oh, you know what was marked? The bail. Yeah, over here. So I'll have to see that. These earrings, I think, were Trifari or... Huh, what are these? Pearl? I'll have to look that up. They have a bit of rub, but I liked them. They seem designer-ish. Designer-ish. We had some cool rings, which I feel like might be the same brand as those necklaces. Like, I feel like they have the same look on them. So I'll have to figure out. I didn't see a signature when I was pulling them, but they're still cool enough to sell for sure. She's trying to tell me that's a peridot. I feel like that's just glass, but again, I think this must be a brand. China. I'll have to figure it out. Do a Google Lens on these. See, this one's a bit more worn. All right. Yeah, she was trying to tell me this was peridot. Now, it very well could be. Peridot's not like the most expensive gemstone, but I feel like that's glass. We have a Maltese cross. Was this one? One of these things is Trifari. Yeah, Crown Trifari. We have a 1928 cat pin with the pink crystals. Nothing crazy with that. This empty Versace compact. I don't know what the value is going to be here, but could be hopefully higher than I think. Try to get some of these earrings. This one, she's trying to tell me it's malachite again. That's probably acrylic. But yeah, these were marked Arthur Pepper, ART, and that usually has a nice fan base, so I grabbed those. This I knew just by looking at it because I listed the earrings the other day separate that I had. This is Joan Rivers. It went with a ladybug set of earrings and probably a necklace, so it's the ladybug ring. And I think she only charged me $5 because she didn't know it was signed. Now, estate sales, they'll always try to rob you on the jewelry. They think things are worth more than they are sometimes. Now, this is just a nice pair of dichroic foil glass type earrings. Snap on, but pretty, or snap on, clip on, pretty glass. Here's another one of those findings I was talking about. It's probably not necessarily for jewelry, but we'll figure out what that goes to. We have, I just like the art glass. Probably not crazy expensive. It is magnetic, but the magnet is very strong. And just like, this reminds me of like a shop in New Hope where you would go and pick something out. This, again, I don't necessarily see a mark, but I feel like this is probably by somebody cute. Rose gold. I know people say rose gold's going out, but still looks pretty to me. And maybe that clasp I'll be able to find. But I can't imagine this is like not a maker. It's nicely done. These I had to hold on forever till I found each other's mate, but these nice purple. The lady keeps trying to say everything was gemstone. She was saying this was amethyst. I'm guessing this is glass, but could be. Amethyst isn't like crazy expensive, but again, I feel like this must be a designer, so I'll try and figure that out. And then last but not least, we got two little sterling pillbox things. This with the nice abalone mother of pearl. Opens up, marked it's alpaca. She was telling me it was sterling. Close, but alpaca. And then this one fell apart, but I'll be able to glue this back together. I hope that, I don't know if that's bone or not, but this probably is sterling. Or alpaca. Little medicine thing. Maybe it's alpaca. I don't know how we're going to be able to tell without my acid test, but yeah, I should be able to put that back together again. People like these little pill holders, and this one can be worn as a necklace as well. So, and then I did grab this box there. Pro tip, I should probably just bring a cardboard box. I have 1,000 of them if I want to do jewelry again, because I ended up grabbing this just to hold the jewelry. So, yeah, but that's the haul from this really cool lady's estate, and I hope you enjoy watching.